Hey, and welcome to a little Astro calendar action for January 24th through January 27th. This is Mary-Laurence, Bevington, and we've got some interesting things happening. Aries or Neptune rather rejoins with Aries, and we also have Mars and Pluto conjuncting in this upcoming week on January 26th and then January 27th, respectively. And as you're well aware, there's a lot happening in the world, a lot of extreme intensity, I would say. And if you can continuously return to your center whenever you can as a form of titrating, so we touch in, we expose ourselves to the thing, and then we rest from it. We touch in, we expose, and then we rest. So in this way, we actually move through what's hard, but we do it in a measured way that our nervous system can handle. So, okay, let's have a look at the Astro data. So I pull from an ephemeris and aspectarian that's a paper book, and then I type it in, and then I do a clairvoyant read on each day as well, and I bring in numerology, color frequency, and a read for the day. So today I also write a little prose with it. Today my prose was very short with my full post out there in the world. It was just a few questions, things like, what are we learning? Might it be a season for little cleanses, little initiations? Do you feel our sun, some planets shifting into Aquarius? How do we ground when the streets are on fire? So a little overview, Luna waxes, Luna the moon. Luna waxes as the lunar year wanes in the last lunar month of the yin wood snake. We grow towards February, a month to cleanse and prepare for Eros, the yang pushing the shoots through the hummus. Volatility is here, but ease remains available should we choose to encourage it. Neptune returns to the first degree of the ecliptic of the zodiac. The next day, Mars meets up with Pluto in Aquarius, rarefied air. Eclipse season has awakened. Eclipses may usher in permanent change. Here's a quote from former Black Panther who has a channel on YouTube. Please check it out. He's brilliant and really serene. You'll probably get a healing just listening to him. Quote, what works now is calm, focus, direct objectives, patience, unquote. All right, so looking at this weekend into the week, we've got our moon's still in the first quarter. Remember, we just had that new moon, January 19th plus into the 20th, and 18th, 19th, 20th. That was kind of new moon zone, is how I think of it. And then 25th of January, we'll see Luna move into her second phase. So if you look up in the sky at the moon, she's growing bigger on the right side, and she'll be right at half, probably a little bit tonight if you look up, and tomorrow certainly, because she will have fully made that phase change into second quarter. And there's a storm everywhere, so you might not be able to have a clear night. So if you're in the Americas, there's a lot of storm activity right now. So, but maybe you're somewhere where there's not. And Luna's moving through her signs as she does. Takes her about 2 days and change. As I'm recording, she's still in Aries, but then she'll move to Taurus, on through Gemini and Cancer through the week. And we just had Mars move into Aquarius, January 23rd. Venus is still in Capricorn. Mercury moved into Aquarius January 20th. And we've got Pallas in Pisces. She moves in on the 24th, which is the same day I'm recording. So lots of action there. I won't go deep into the whole rest of the sky. Just a couple more notes here. The big thing that I've already referred to this week is Neptune's been in Pisces for a long time, 13, 14 years. And then he came into Aries for a spell a few months last year. And then he went back into Pisces via retrograde motion. He's been in direct motion for a while, and now he's crossing the threshold back into Aries on January 26th, the Indian Liberation Day. My dog is complaining right now. Let me see if I can get her to quiet down. Maybe, okay, we'll let that go. All right, so anyway, it's kind of Neptune and Aries action with her sort of growling. My other dog's totally asleep right now. So yeah, so Neptune, she's just come to me so I can pet her as I talk. Okay, so Neptune will move onto this very beginning point of the 360 degrees of the compass rose, the ecliptic of the zodiac in the sky. So that first degree point, sometimes called the creative point, is filtered through the energy of Aries, the uh, energy of sometimes direct and incredible manifestation, motivation, and sometimes the energy of aggression and war. So intensity will likely happen there, especially because around Valentine's Day, Saturn will come from Pisces into Aries as well. And yeah, anyway, more to say there, but let's just say that for now, because we've also got this action happening with the planets finding their way near and then right at the same spot in conjunction with Pluto, as we've had all these planets in Capricorn now moving into Aquarius. It's an interesting thing, and that's why we have Pluto and Mars conjuncting on the 27th of January. Okay, let's just have a little look at Saturn's day. That's today, the day I'm recording. So at 4:36 p.m., our moon is square Jupiter, very tense energy. The moon is our emotions, Jupiter is expansion. Both are thought to be beneficent, female and male as well. And so there's kind of a nice connection when they connect. A square, however, is a very tense energy. It's literally under tension. It doesn't have the flow of release. We also, at 8:33 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, UTC minus 5 hours, Pallas enters Pisces. So one of the asteroids, dwarf planets, enters into that wondrous mutable water of Pisces. And it's Saturn's day. Saturday's ruled by Saturn. The color frequency I saw was black. I don't always see just straight up black. I usually see like velvety black or inky, sparkling deep blue. And I just saw black for Saturday, 8-day power and passion numerologically. And I derive that by adding up 1 for January plus 2 plus 4. So that's for the 24th of January plus 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 6 for the year 2026. And that all amounts to 8. And in my experience, 8 energy is a polarity that sometimes has a struggle to find center. I always encourage balance in the wake of 8 energy because it can very much be about power differentials, power trips. And of course, we've had this incredible tragedy happen in Minneapolis this morning again. Again, I'm recording January 24th, and another observer was killed by ice. And information's still coming through, but there's a confirmation by the governor of the state of Minnesota, USA, and it's just extremely sad. Renee Good was killed by ICE person Jonathan Ross on January 7th, if I recall. And between those times, children have been taken into detention centers. Another person was also shot. And there's just a lawlessness and an incredible Mars gone wrong, Aries gone wrong. It's like the deepest parts of aggressive energy. And then the polarity of that is these amazing protesters, resistors, people feeding each other, people holding space for each other, community all over the place. The Twin Cities are a community-oriented region. There's a vibe there that is very together and connected, and people care about each other just naturally. It's in the culture. They've certainly had all kinds of strife there, here and there in the past too. That's on May 25th, 2020. That's where George Floyd was killed by a police officer and three other accomplice police officers, and extremely illegally, and they were all prosecuted as well. But now we have an authoritarian regime that's allowing this stuff to happen in this place, again, working with the polarity that's got at times a Shangri-La quality with the Mississippi River running through there. It's just, it's an amazing spot on the planet. And then we also have other polarities, like the celebration of life for Bob Weir of the Grateful Dead, and then the venerable monks who've come from, I believe they're from Theravadan Buddhism, and they come from Fort Worth, Texas, and they're almost all the way to Washington, D.C. They expect to arrive February 10th or 11th in D.C., and that's the nation's capital. And it's just incredible. Their dog Aloka is now rejoining. He won't be able to walk because he's still recovering from knee surgery, but he will be able to see them and be in the support car. So 8 has all that polarity. It embodies all of it. And then it becomes so benign when it's in the passion. It's like when two things come together and make three, when the East meets the West and beautiful things spark, when two people are magnetized to each other and a gorgeous baby is born, things like that. So yeah, the read of Give It to God and Goddess today came through for the 24th. And I think I might have known about at least the violence in Minneapolis this morning when that read came through. I don't think I knew that the person had died, but the clairvoyance it's not mine. I've been trained. It's just a way that spirit comes through and gives me information. So that's what came through. So let's just have a little look at Sunday, and we won't go into all the other detail. I'll make another recording shortly. So Sunday is the Sun's Day, January 25th. We've got that quarter phase change. It's late at night, Eastern Standard Time. So east of there, it's going to be actually the 26th that all this happens. For most of the Americas and points west, it's going to be on the 25th, 11:47 p.m. And on the 24th, the day that I'm recording, the moon goes void of course at 4:36 p.m. Eastern Standard Time until the next day. So Luna will get into sign of Taurus at 1:05 p.m. I often advise working with abundant space and your money when the moon is in Taurus, your resources, material world, your possessions, because Taurus is ruled by material Venus and the house of money. And Taurus is just gonna basically help you manifest in that sense, help you find a way to reconcile your finances even, and also really enjoy the fruits of being on Earth. So, and then tomorrow we have many more aspects. Today we just have the one of Moon squared Jupiter at 4:36, but then we also have Pallas entering Pisces today, January 24th. Tomorrow, it's just a few aspects, or several aspects. It's Moon semi-sextile, Uranus, Saturn, Neptune. The semi-sextile is a bit of a softer relationship. It's a little bit wonky. It's a little bit nuanced. So it's like the moon and Uranus will kind of work off each other. Same with the moon and Saturn, moon and Neptune. And it can sometimes be a little confusing. but it's gentle. It's considered a weak transit. Uh, that's how it's described sometimes. So let's go with that for now. We also have more squares. So Moon square Mars, Pluto, and then the Sun. And that we're going to feel. So again, this is Sunday, January 25th. We've got the first one is 4:27 p.m., 7:07 p.m., and then 11:47 p.m. So it's like the second half of the day, January 25th into the late evening. Moon square Mars first, then Pluto, and then the Sun. And not as big of a deal with it squaring the Sun in that we always have that happen every time the moon changes phases. It's a square, basically. So, or it's a new moon or a full moon. So it's thought to be kind of a divider point within the lunar month, but we have it twice a month, every lunar month. And this is our last lunar month of the entire lunar year. As of February 17th, we will start a new lunar year. It's the 18th in some places, but so we won't, it might be kind of interesting. Then again, the emotional feeling of the moon squaring Mars at 4:27 p.m., January 25th, might be a little intense. Certainly Pluto later. So it is a sun's day, and the color frequency came out as blazing yellow. The numerology is a 9, and 9 is glorious. It's a magic number, literally, in so many ways, million mathematical tricks. And then it's got multiple perspectives, it's got trinities within it with the 333, and it is often associated with humanitarianism. So 9 in some ways has the energy of all the protesters who are peacefully resisting, and there's a high and a low to each number, and the low or shadow side really is about kind of getting too spread out. It's a little bit diffused at time energy. And my read for the day, and this is perhaps because of all the squares on January 25th, is to dance slowly today. Please keep in mind that we've started eclipse season. So we are already in this energy of permanent and sometimes sudden change. Sometimes permanent, it's not always permanent. It's not always sudden, but sometimes we'll see these big things happen during eclipse season. And I encourage you to leverage it for the good, for your own basic goodness exists deeply in you. It's like grace and like grits. It shows up whether you order it or not. And even when people seem to have fallen so far, even those people actually are part of everything. We rely on each other. The villains and the heroes and heroines rely on each other. And I won't go into the full drama triangle right now, sometimes called Karpman's triangle, because of the psychologist who basically took it as a model for people experiencing inner growth and moving towards self-improvement. Beautiful interpretations happened with that person's research, but a lot of this right now is about transcending, going into your peaceful places. Today is my peaceful day. Today is my peaceful day. I've been drafting letters for folks to write to their reps and senators. And when I draft the letters, I say as mantra, so mind trainers mantra, I say, today is my peaceful day. Today is my peaceful day. Today is my peaceful day. Definitely inspired by the venerable monks, because that's what they say. Okay, that's enough for now. Thank you so much for being here. Yours in carrying the light.